In this video, I'm going to show you all the vowel sounds that we have in French. We have three categories of basic vowel sounds, and then we have one category of what we call nasal vowel sounds. Let's see how it works. So let's start with the category of smiling vowels. So first, here we have the letter E. So see how I have to put that smile on my face to pronounce it? So that's going to be for all those vowels. So here, E, when I pronounce that one, so I'm just showing my teeth and I don't open my mouth, right? E, just like in EC, EC, which means here. The second one, for the second one, I'm going to open my mouth a little bit more. E, like in été, été, which means summer. The third one is e, and here see that I'm opening a little bit more. E, like in père, père, that means father. And finally, for the last one, I'm going to open my mouth a little bit more, and it's going to be ah. So see here, it's widely open. Ah, like in papa, papa. Okay, so here I'm going to read all of them, and you're going to see how I open my mouth little by little. The first one is E, then it's E, then E, then A. E, 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 A. Okay? Next, we have the category of front and round vowels. Front, because the sound is going to come from the front of your mouth, actually, just like in the first category of sounds. But this time, we're going to have a round shape, right? So let's see with the first one. U, U. To be able to pronounce that sound, the tip of your tongue has to touch the bottom teeth, right? Like this. And then you have to have that whistling position of the mouth, like this. U, U. If you're struggling to make that sound, imagine that you want to pronounce an E sound, but in that position. U, U. See that automatically you have that U sound coming out, right? Okay, so that's for U sound. And just like in pull, which means sweater. Next one, I'm gonna open my mouth a little bit more to get that sound. E. See that this one is a group of letters making one sound, right? We have a lot of those in French. Okay, so EU makes E sound, like in peu, peu, which means little. Next one, I'm gonna open my mouth a little bit more, and it's gonna be pe, petit, petit. If you can't really make the difference between this one and this one, so E and that's okay. The difference is not that big, so it's okay if you can't make the difference right away. Okay, and the last one is going to be a little bit more open. Like in peur, which means fear. Okay, so I'm going to read all the sounds, and it's going to be U, Okay, so you just open your mouth little by little to get all those sounds. In the third category, we have the back and round vowels. The reason why I call it back is because this time we're not going to have the tip of the tongue touching the bottom teeth, right? So the tongue is going to be like hanging in the middle of the mouth compared to the other sounds, right? So, for example, here, the first sound is going to be oo. So when you pronounce oo, it's like double O in English, right? So see that the tip of the tongue doesn't touch the teeth, right? It's like hanging in the middle of the mouth. Ooh. Okay, just like in cou, which means neck. And then we have o, so I open my mouth a little bit more. O, like in coco, coco. So the difference is that you have the same O in English, but it's more like O. It's a long vowel. But in French, the vowels are short. So I'm going to say O, like coco, coconut, right? And the last one, I'm going to pronounce it by opening my mouth a little bit more. O, like in come, come. Come, which means just like or like something. Okay? And that's it for this category. So I'm going to read all of them. So it's going to be oo, o, o, oo, o, o. Okay? And finally, we have the nasal vowel sounds right here. So we have three nasal sounds, and we call it nasal because it feels like the sound is coming from your nose. So if you pronounce that sound and you put your finger on your nose, you can feel vibrations there. So for the first sound, we have a small and round shape of the mouth. So you're going to pronounce it this way. Mm, mm, right? And this sound is not going to be pronounced on, right? So you don't pronounce the N there. You're just going to pronounce um, um. Okay? Just like in bon. Bon means good in French. The next nasal sound is, I call it drop jaw because you're just going to drop your jaw just like that. On, on. Okay? So I'm not going to say an, it's on, right? I don't pronounce the N. And that's for all the nasal sounds. It's always a vowel and a consonant, but you never pronounce the consonant. It's just one vowel and one consonant that makes a whole new sound. Okay? So an here on, just like in dans, which means in or inside. The last one is a smiling nasal sound, right? And this is going to be on, on. So you have to feel it in your nose there. You can, if you put your finger on your throat, you can also feel the vibration. Okay? So that you can imagine, you know, when you respond to someone and you're confirming and you say, uh-huh, 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 like that. That's that sound. Okay? So to make that sound, you have to smile. Okay? You have to the mouth has to go up. Okay? So vin is wine. Vin. Okay? So I'm going to read all of them. Un, en, un. See the difference in the shape of the mouth? Okay, so this is very important. And that's it for the category of vowel sounds. So now I'm just going to show you a summary of all the sounds. Okay, so here I have the summary of all the sounds that I've shown you. So see that here for the first and the second category, the smiling and the front and round vowels, the tongue always has to be touching the bottom teeth. Okay? So if you don't do it, it's going to be really hard to pronounce them. And here it's showing you how much you should open your mouth when you pronounce the sounds. So I'm going to read the sounds of the first and second category. So here we have I, E, A. Second category, U, E, E. And finally, we have the back and round vowel sounds. For this one, your tongue is going to be hanging in the middle of the mouth, right? U, O, O. All right. And we have the nasal sounds, nasal vowel sounds. For this, you're going to feel a vibration here when you put your fingers here and on your nose also. So that's going to be So this one, you barely open your mouth, right? Then that's a smiling one. Then you have the small and round. So you barely open the mouth. And then you open your mouth a little bit more. for the drop jaw nasal sound. Okay? And that's it. That's it for the vowel sounds in French.